Let's get right into the bi-weekly Q&A, everyone. We're going to start off with the Discord questions. First one coming from Sweeney. In next year's LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, would you prefer a character unlock system of buying them at a counter, or a system like the Clone Wars where you would find characters walking around and you would go up to them and buy them? I prefer the Clone Wars method. I'm actually more leaning towards the complete saga kind of method and the original LEGO Star Wars method of buying them at a counter. I don't know, I just kind of like it. Maybe that's just me going with the original, but that's what I'd choose. Oh god, sex, marry, kill. I kind of asked for this last time when I told Matthew to give me options. Ahsoka Fordesenbeed, is that how you say it? And Sai Snootles, I know who she is. Okay, so I'm looking up the middle one, and oh god, it's the two-headed guy from episode 1. Right, when it comes to this, I'd have to kill Forsenbeed, just, you know, obvious reasons. Gonna kill that guy or those guys, I don't know what to say. I'd marry Sai Snootles and then probably ask for a divorce the next week, to be honest, and Ahsoka can have the sex one. Oh god, never gonna live this video down, am I? Why do you never call these videos a Q&A in the title and only let us know it's a Q&A by sticking Q&A in the corner? Algorithm, okay, it's all about the algorithm. Q&A won't get noticed. Okay, let's go over to those questions for members on the community tab. Why did you never upload your maxed out Anakin video and all the other heroes as well? They wasn't doing very well. Obviously, I'm not the best Battlefront player, and I wasn't even using my gameplay at the time. Jab was giving me his gameplay, and yeah, I think overall, you know, if you want to watch good gameplay, watch it on a channel like his or someone else who does streaks, because I'm not really up there with pro gameplay or anything like that, so I don't really plan to ever revisit that series. And why doesn't he appear in my streams anymore? He's too busy probably getting world records. If Star Wars Battlefront 2 was Marvel, which 10 heroes, 10 villains, maps, game modes, and more would you have in the game? Thanks. 10 heroes, 10 villains. I don't know if I can name 10 Marvel villains. I'm not that quite into it yet, but obviously you'd have like Thanos as the main one, wouldn't you? The heroes, you'd probably have to go with like all the Avengers and then put some of the Guardians in there. I mean, I could name the characters, but then I'd just be naming for naming's sake. I think you could easily build up a heroes team of the Avengers themselves and, yeah, some of the Guardians maybe as well. What dev team do I think should take over the Star Wars license? Right now, I'm still saying, like, keep it with EA until Fallen Order comes out. If Fallen Order does well, then keep it with EA. If Fallen Order flops, then I don't know who I'd give it to at this moment in time, but I would take it away from EA if that game doesn't do well. Want to buy some death sticks? You don't want to sell me death sticks, Cordell. Okay, moving on to the questions from the rest of you guys here. Is Month Review dead? Well, I'll put it this way. Commander Croissant depends on drama to fuel his month review. Nothing really happens in this community anymore apart from the usual clickbait call-outs and everything like that. It's kind of boring, and that's the only reason Commander Croissant uploads that. So until something interesting happens, I think he's just going to continue to run away from me. Do I think it was a good idea for George Lucas to sell Lucasfilm to Disney in 2012? At the time, I thought it was a good idea because it would bring Star Wars back from, not the dead, it was never dead, I would say, but it would give it a new life with new movies and everything like that, but Disney just don't seem to know how to handle it, and for that reason, I'd say no. Maybe George Lucas should have passed it on to one of his Padawans, let's say, like Dave Filoni. When the new LEGO Star Wars game comes out, are you going to do most of your streams on that? No, I don't want people to get this confused, because I know a few people thought that from the last Q&A. The main focus is still going to be Battlefront, and I'll still make sure that if there's a LEGO Star Wars stream one day, there'll be a Battlefront video to accompany it. I'm just going to play that as well, because a lot of people like it, I enjoy it as well. But Battlefront is always going to be the main topic, and if they abandon Battlefront, well, that's a question for another day. Favourite animated movie? Oh, I like Cars. When I was younger, that was like my favourite. I like all three of them. Controversial, but I do, which is weird because I'm not really a fan of cars in real life. Like I'm not really obsessed with having like a good car or anything like that. But when it comes to animated movies, like that's my favourite. Will I be doing any more series videos like fixing the heroes? Hopefully, fixing the heroes isn't dead, I just need to rethink things because they're constantly changing things with the heroes, so it means I'm having to go back on previous episodes. So everything from the first 2 episodes doesn't really work at this point because they've changed things once again. So I am bringing that back. As for new series, you're going to have to let me know what you want to see because I am stuck for ideas. Will this stay bi-weekly or will it be monthly? You know, that depends on what you all want. If people really preferred it monthly, I'd do it monthly. But I think it works well bi-weekly. People still seem to be engaged with the series, considering it's only a Q&A. Do you think the Droidekas need a buff? Yes, their primary weapons need a buff, and something I'm not hearing a lot of people say, but something I would change, is that when they're getting into the rolling mode, or when they're getting out of the rolling mode, there needs to be a damage reduction there, because it's in canon that that's the speed they do it at, so they can't speed it up or anything like that, but they could have a little damage reduction, maybe 80% would make it fair. Fun facts with Doom Tomato: did you know that snakes can help predict earthquakes? Nope. Did you know that a baby octopus is about the size of a flea when it is born? No, once again, thank you for the facts, Doom. Hey FGG, I don't know if you're big on Marvel, but do you think a format similar to H3V would work well for the upcoming Avengers game? Yeah, like, the Avengers game is kind of off-putting by the graphics, because the graphics look fine, but the characters just don't look like they're supposed to. But that would be really cool, having, like, some of the Marvel heroes go against the Marvel villains. I would be down for that. Can I do an impression of the Alina? Okay, deep breaths.
O sebato thoramchi, O sebato thoramchi, O sebato thoramchi, O sebato thoramchi.
Poke Pickle asks, are you questioning your existence as you read this question from a member in the non-member area? Why do you do this to my mental health? You may be asking me, because I'm a mad lad, that's why. Member questions in the member only section, it's only to keep things organised. That's the only reason, and it's triggering me, admittedly, yes. But thank you very much for watching, everyone. We'll be back in 2 weeks for another bi-weekly Q&A. I'll see you then.